My hair is wild today.
This is mine. What's up, Dan?
Your hair is wild. Dan! Long time no see. I'm so happy we got to see you yesterday. We got Gary. We got Lisa. We got Josh. We got Dave. Everybody's joining. As always, we got Kelsey. We got Luca. Hey. So, as Dave, we miss you so much. What's up, Gary? So, as always, everybody, we are on 2 platforms. We are on our Facebook and our Instagram. If you're on Facebook, I highly recommend that you come over to Instagram because there just seems to be more action going on in the comments.
Oh, what's up, OC International? You ready for the pageant?
OC International is ready for the pageant. Alan's here. If you're new to us, if you're new to our Rev Lives, we are the owners of Revolutionize Nutrition.
Supposedly.
We are Randy and Michelle. So you will be hearing some educational things. You'll be hearing some nonsense. We have kind of weird personalities, and we're here for some entertainment as well. Aw, Kelsey and my Aunt Pat are here too. Hi, Aunt Pat. I love you.
And as always, if you guys, if you like us, if you love your nutritionists, if you hate us,
if you hate us, please talk to me so I can fix things.
But reviews and testimonials and stuff are always appreciated. So if you just go to our Facebook or Google, let us know if you like or hate us.
Please don't tell us that you hate us. Tell me that in private. Hey, Brianne, I'm so glad you booked that trip to Aruba. Yes, that's what we really talk about in our nutrition consultations is you need a vacation. Matt's here. I hate Michelle on leg day. Oh my gosh, you guys, so much love. All right, so today we are talking about social media.
Hate you, Matt.
And we love you so much, little sackling. We were talking about social media and social media versus reality, what we see on social media, how we envision other people, and versus what's really going on. And we're going to kind of touch on a whole plethora of things revolving around the subject.
As usual, we have a plan, but I think we're going to probably deviate quite a bit from this plan.
We always deviate away from the plan.
Because it's just such a deep and varied topic that I think it can go in a lot of different ways. And I want to do, and I think we want to do this too, do our best to, be aware of the negatives, but also focus on some of the positives that are there. Because you know me, I like my technology.
Yes. So social media can be used for both positive things and has caused some sort of mental health issues for some people as well for a variety of reasons. Trinity Nutrition's here also.
Yes,
Since
exactly.
when we're always deviating drastically.
I'm just a deviant.
So, social media, it's woven into our daily fabric of lives and in the fitness and wellness world. So what? Everybody likes when we get off the rails.
That's my life. My life is off the rails.
So, it is a part of our lives. We're here right now, right? So this is a positive thing. I mean, I think it's a positive thing. Us all coming to be able to come together and have a sense of community.
Well, it depends how my takeovers of the government go. Will the history be written by the victors or...
I don't even know where to go with this conversation right now.
The robot people will write stories of our greatness.
They will. The robot people will.
Sorry, guys.
So we have access to data and ideas and new exercises and new nutrition tips at all times, which is great. But also in this industry, as we know, it's very contradicting and very conflicting.
Yeah, and now more than ever, and I hate that phrase, but now more than ever, the misinformation epidemic is at... And I thought it couldn't already reach any higher. I was wrong. And the best way I like to say it's misinformation isn't lack of information. It's trusting the wrong information and not knowing how to properly disseminate, understand, and read scientific literature, or not knowing what resources to trust, what sites to trust, or how to determine if something is trustworthy or not.
Right, and you see that a lot with articles with just the headlines on articles, and you're like, wow, this article must be about that, and it turns out it's nothing to do with that.
Possessed Michelle.
The ring light is full on possessing Michelle.
Yeah, it's hitting you from...
Is it because of my eyes?
It's glasses, yeah.
I'm lining my eyes up into those circles.
Yeah, now circles.
Is that better?
Your glasses are fine.
Well, if it's going to distract people like Josh, I'm sure it'll distract other people as well, including myself.
We could just move the ring thing back half a foot.
No, it doesn't work that way, Randy.
Okay.
So let's talk about good things that happen with social media.
We'll start there.
Let's start with the good things. And this is one of them. It's community. It's bringing like-minded people together that share a common interest that might not feel so alone when they're around other people, right? Because sometimes you could kind of feel like you're alone in an interest.
Other people feel this, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
No, that's actually one of the things I think is the most positive about the internet and social media. And this is going back to its early days of, bringing nerd culture, let's say, to the forefront. Where people who were into, traditionally nerdy things were really brought together. And in the fitness community, we saw as, Instagram and Facebook really took off a huge rise in Fitspo and
Fitspiration, Fitspo, Fitfam.
And, the whole field of taking advantage of people in that.
Right.
But there really is a lot of great resources of, working with your team, your coaches, following other people on their journeys, learning a lot of good information, finding good recipes, tips. Sometimes it can be helpful, though, when you have a guide, someone to walk you through it, or at least someone you can, bounce things off of.
Right. And if there's conflicting things out there, to know that you have people like us that you can reach out and to be like, hey, I saw this.
And I thoroughly enjoy doing that, too. Like, that's not a thing that, my favorite, I have a lot of quotes. One of my quotes I always say, if you find something on the internet, it can go two ways. Either I'm going to learn something new, or I can help you stay away from some bad information.
Exactly. And there is a lot of bad information out there. If it wasn't for social media, IG, I probably wouldn't have found Rev. And that is a perfect thing that you said. And I'm going to tell you right now, so many people that come to Rev discovered us through social media or through one of their friends sharing something with Revolutionize. And that's something that's beautiful, really. I think it's really cool. I think we built an awesome community through social media, and that's what I wanted from the get-go, really.
Yeah, and it's a neat thing, because even, deviating, on our end, too, it took a little while for us to have helped curate the right culture and also be lucky enough to have enough members and staff who also share our ideals to be able to make this real.
Right, exactly.
Aw, thank you.
Randy, you're so ridiculously good looking.
I needed that.
He did need that.
My memes are very
The only things to trust on the internet are Randy's memes. Don't trust any of Randy's memes. If you're trying to find somebody to follow for fitness and nutrition, it's not Randy. His account,
my DMs are great for that.
His account has nothing to do with what we do here.
Yeah, because not such a secret. The fitness industry and me, we're not good buds.
Yet here we are, owners of a nutrition company.
Well, because we're not the fitness. I don't define the fitness.
We're not the industry.
Yeah. Fuck the industry.
Exactly. So the internet being used for resources, using the social media for resources as well, using the social media for exposure. So we're able to offer information. You guys are also able to say, hey, I'm looking for a nutritionist, or I'm looking for somebody to help me with this. And it allows people to, help and come together. And yeah. You were going to say something.
No, just side stupidness. No, it passed.
Memes are life. And accountability. So it helps with accountability. So some people use social media to check in or to share their progress. And that's cool. Some people do it a lot. Some people don't use it at all for that. But the bottom line is that neither is wrong to do. And I think everybody is allowed to use social media in any way they want if it helps them stay accountable towards achieving a goal.
It's like anything else. If it doesn't become something that hinders your life or, is giving you additional stress, all more power to it, I think it's also can be a really powerful tool, like Michelle said, in terms of finding your people, finding your niche, but also realizing, I'm not the only one struggling with this. I'm not the only one who has these thoughts. I'm not the only one who didn't know bodybuilders have stretch marks.
Yeah.
If you just look at certain, say sponsored content, you can get a real warped idea what's real and what's not.
Exactly. It's like when I did my video on Instagram versus reality. Like, you can have abs, but it also looks like this,
Exactly.
I think people need to know that others...
think I have all my shit together from the internet, but when they meet me, they're like, oh, he does not.
Do any of us have our shit together, though? Really?
Some more than others.
I don't think anybody has their shit together.
I'm on the Yeah.
And that's okay. I think that's
I agree.
okay.
Well, train wreck.
And it's also good to help it if it helps you with inspiration, if it
Yes.
inspires you, if it motivates you. You may have somebody that you look up to and you're inspired by, but there's a fine line between
Exactly
somebody
that.
inspiring you and somebody making you feel like you're not able to attain that, or you know what I mean?
And that, just like Dan says, your social media, and I think something that's been being more common these days, and I'm preaching it a lot. Curate your own feed. Get rid of the negativity. Block and mute buttons are very powerful.
Yeah, they are. And for anybody who's listening on the Facebook platform, Dan says it's your social media. You could post what you want. If that makes you happy, then F the haters.
Yeah.
Fuck the haters.
And curate the feed. Seriously, get rid of the weeds. Get rid of the negativity.
Yeah.
I've been doing it, and it's awesome.
Yep, exactly.
And usually it's, you don't unfriend, just mute.
And then for some, haters are good for fuel. So everybody's got a different motivation, and that's fine.
What's what I was saying? I go, there's people who just have shit to say but nothing constructive, and there's people who call you out on your bullshit. Differences.
So keep that in mind. So now, when we talk about how social media can become a bad thing, there's quite a few ways to go through this. Some of these you might be able to relate to, some you might not relate to at all. One thing that happens with social media, and this is something that I personally went through when I was at the peak of my competing in like 2016 through 2018, I'd say, is when I was working with sponsors, and bless them, my sponsors are outrageous. They're phenomenal. I love them to death. You have to post X amount of posts for different people that you work for. And my social media ended up becoming, my niche, however you want to pronounce it, as a IFBB pro. And that was it. And to be honest with you, there is a lot more to Michelle than being an IFBB pro. And I felt like I had to fit this one and only mold. And I truly felt like I kind of lost the rest of my identity. And that was my sole identity. And it kind of bothered me. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, well, there was a couple different things hovering around that, but I think, when you're looking at your own feed and you kind of see somebody that doesn't match up to what you think your image should be yourself, it can be tough.
Yeah, I was like, I snowboard, I do music, I do this and that. Like, I don't want to have to post this thing because I'm told to post this one thing.
I don't worry about that.
Yeah, you don't have to worry
My
about
social media is me.
Well, my social media is me too. But...
Well, now it is. Mine is toned down a little now, but it's me.
It's you.
What's up, Jen?
Hey, Jen. You are awesome. Validation and people determining their level of success solely based on likes and comments.
Yeah, don't. But, also, I like to tell people not all likes and comments are of equal value. First off, if you're looking for adoration or even validation, there's a million groups you can join where you'll get feedback, for better or worse. But there's there's these fitness groups you can join. You can post a question, you'll get 50 answers from bored people.
Right.
But if it's just, on your own feed with people who don't really care much about what you're doing, take it or leave it. So if it's something that's really important to you to get that conversation going because you truly want to get more information, go find a group that's more interested in that. If you're just doing it for look how many likes I have, then we have to revisit the problem.
Exactly. So that's all fine and well, but just remember that your sense of self-worth should not be dependent on the amount of likes you're getting.
Shares. Shares is what you should focus on.
In addition, there are algorithms on these social media platforms that will determine where your photos or videos get shared and how much reach it's going to
and that's a whole other animal.
Which is a whole other animal. So people sometimes feel forced to post very specific content because that'll get more likes.
Yeah, and that's all it is. It's just, a currency of validation, and that's fine,
It's fine, but I think that's where some
not.
people lose that identity, that sense of identity,
Yeah. And I think also the flip side of that is people define themselves by that part of their identity. So, they only are as good as their last show. They're only as good as their last post.
Exactly.
So that becomes quite stressful as well. And, there's always a level of accountability and pressure that can be healthy. But like we talk with our therapist appointments, that's eustress versus de-stress.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I forgot about the eustress versus de-stress.
That's what I got.
That's a good job.
Or just...
Another thing you got to watch out for is just constantly comparing yourself to others. Again, if you're going to look up to somebody and they're going to inspire you and motivate you, awesome. But if you're constantly comparing yourself, the way you look, to somebody else in a negative way, that is dangerous. And for some people, they will never feel worthy of that achievement, or you know what I mean? Or they'll never be able to attain that. It's impossible for me.
Yeah, completely. And Josh, that is a good thing if most of your posts are food.
Our food, I don't know what that says about me. Food is life.
And that's a dangerous mindset, because it's always like, it's what's the next what's the next thing to cross, and then when you cross that, you don't give yourself any really celebration for it. You just focus on what's next and what I don't have.
Right.
Whether it's I need to win a local show, now I got to win pro, whatever. And the millennial therapist, when we worked with her, had a great way of putting this. Envy versus jealousy. And it's fine to see someone who looks great in your body. You respect the work they put in. Like, I'd like to be like that, and it pushes you in a good way. Like a kid having a Tom Brady poster in his room. I want to be Tom Brady. That's awesome. But when it becomes that envy and becomes negative, and you start giving yourself almost plus or minuses on it, that's when it can become wacky.
Right. Yeah, that was it. If anybody missed that, the millennial therapist, our interview with her was lights out. We had a great time on that. Another thing that happens on social media is filters, lighting, angles.
I haven't really even started this angle yet.
Yeah, we didn't even get there yet. I'm actually I'm going to circle back to that one. Take a beat and circle back.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just go back to the other thing on how social media causes us to fixate on
the best type of foods,
fad diets, quick fixes. How do I burn my belly fat? A lot of buzzwords, a lot of buzz phrases that pull you in for things that aren't real.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see this from waist trainers to.
They're gonna sell you on anything they can.
Name it, and again, I try to be relatively kind towards this stuff. At best, most of these are just going to hurt your wallet.
Yep. Now, in addition to that, with like cookies and how things work, if you look online how to lose weight, you will notice your advertisements, everything will start popping up to push detoxes, supplements.
So if that's something that you find getting to you, there's ways to go delete all that.
Yeah, there's ways to get rid of it.
So you can reset your algorithm.
But it's almost like you're being infiltrated at all times.
So if you find that, maybe, and it's become bothersome to you, go into the settings and see what play around there.
Exactly. So let's kind of go into the reality.
I want that pill.
So take this pill to lose 50 pounds in 30 seconds. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I've seen some crazy stuff, man.
Waist trainers are almost at the top of my list.
Waist trainers.
They're pretty high on my list of
waist trainers.
Like,
yeah.
At least they're not harmful. That's not true.
I've told this story. Yeah, it's not true, actually. I've told this story before, but if you're new to this story, I will share it again. There is a professional athlete. She is gifted genetically like I've never seen anybody before. And she was gifted with a very, very tiny waist, especially from the ratios of her hips and shoulders.
Yep.
But what happened is they hey, you should be the face of our waist trainers. So of course she did, and
that's how she got that waist.
And said that's how she got that waist, which is not true. But she made a buck doing it. So till she didn't. Yeah. So here's this woman who has this genetic blessing and utilized it to make money. And
meth works, and that's why it's illegal. The government doesn't want you to know.
Oh God! What about the waist trainers and those creams to make you sweat? So great. So
I think he's joking.
Oh, no.
But yes.
You know how many people are listening to this that are like,
I
So those things, when you're wearing waist trainers, things like that, it's really just going to cause a lot of condensation. It's going to cause a lot of sweating in the specific area, but it does not burn the belly fat.
Obviously.
Meth is a staple for prep. Obviously,
it is.
It's in your pre-workout. Yes,
it
absolutely.
Should be.
Again, if you're new to our show, we can be very sarcastic.
We were on point tonight with that.
If we're talking about meth, I'm so sorry. Damn, Josh beat me to the drugs jokes.
And that's it. It's that twitchy high versus the subtle high, and that's really where the pre and post workout comes with that.
Our silent viewers, please do not take offense to anything we were saying.
Well, no, meth goes better with the quick digesting carbs, and Coke's for the slow digesting complex carbs.
Coke could hype you up though also. I can't right now.
But it's okay because you get hyped to do whatever it is next.
Okay, I need to rein it in for everybody else that's listening right now.
We're just having a little side.
So you gotta remember that
sleeping with the
sleeping with the waist trainer. Don't do that. Don't sleep with the waist trainer. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Let yourself breathe.
Yeah, the only way
don't wear a waist trainer.
Yeah, the only way that stuff works is if it does actually work, it'll be by squishing your organs like a corset style, and I don't think even most of them are that way anymore.
Yeah, just You're better off just not.
You're better
not
off,
going
like,
there.
honestly, I tell
We're gonna
people-
get banned on the next live. We're gonna get banned on the next live. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Thank you, Dan.
But you know what? I don't share misinformation, so I think we'll be okay.
I think you're right, actually.
The things we say are true.
So, Instagram. Instagram and social media, you have to remember it is a highlight reel. Majority of people out there are sharing their best moments and not their struggles and things like that. So I think it's important for you to recognize that you're only seeing the best points. I am trying so hard right now. Preparation H and Saran wrap, lose 2 inches overnight. Damn it. All of you guys are killing me tonight. I cannot right now.
This is recharging my soul.
It's recharging your soul. Laxatives work well. Again, please, for people that are listening that are unfamiliar with us.
You can always race. You can take one handful of laxatives, one handful of Tylenol PM, and see what happens.
Do you know how many people are going to be like, I'm going to go take laxatives now?
No, and the Tylenol PM.
Guys, please don't listen to a word they're saying right now. Oh, gosh. I need to talk to the whole audience right now.
All right, we'll back on.
Okay. Hi, Monica. So, again, it is a highlight reel. You're seeing the best of everything. When people are posting their progress pictures or they're posting their gym pictures, it is the best lighting. It is with a pump. It is the best angles. It might have a filter on it. They're going to increase the saturation. They're going to increase the definition. Hi, Charlie. So you need to understand that not everything you see is real and raw as it may seem. Everyone back to their corners. Kelsey, thank you. Jesus, I cannot handle this right now. Text your toxic ex. I can't. Please, God, no, let's not even go there.
Bodybuilders, yo.
So, yes, I think it's very important for everybody to understand that because it's very easy for you to see somebody who has this amazing physique that is enhanced even more using social media filters, and then you look at yourself and you go, well, why don't I look like that?
And, we're focusing on fitness, but it can be for anything. We see it a lot with the, the entrepreneur guru, the lifestyle guru, the people renting the fancy car to look like they're rich.
They're painting a very specific life for everybody to see. You could be anybody you want on the internet.
Yeah, especially for one picture.
You could be anyone you want. You could do anything you want on the
I can
internet.
roll some gated community, get a picture all day.
Like, seriously.
And
It's so true. Everything looks perfect. So I think it's important to know that. I think it's important to know that a lot of these people you see, they have stretch marks. They have cellulite. They have these things on their body that are filtered.
Michelle finds that filter for you.
Which filter gives me abs without having them. I actually did find that. So talking about algorithms that promote advertisements, I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Do you remember when that advertisement came up to put abs on your body?
I don't, but I'll say yes, I do.
So literally an advertisement popped up that says, get your abs now. And you took your picture and it photoshopped abs on your body and it looked real. It looked so real. And that's the shit that you could do online.
And it's getting even better. I don't want to get off topic, but the deep fake world is coming.
Deep fake is here. It's here. You can it's insane what you can do.
Yeah, it's not even here yet.
I think it's important, we have a group of our members, our nutrition members, not athletes, that are going to be doing a photo shoot with us in 4 or 5 weeks now. And the first thing they say is, I see other people do photo shoots. Like, I have cellulite, I have stretch marks, I can't pose, I've never been in front of a camera. I go, okay, that's fine, because all those people that you're seeing in those advertisements and those really beautiful pictures, they have all those things too. They're regular people, just like everybody else. Just like before social media, you had magazine covers and everything was airbrushed on magazine covers. Yeah. It's the same shit here.
I always joke whether it's working with Michelle or working off with somebody else. I say, they don't look like themselves in the photo shoot.
Right.
Yeah. And back to there was a great comment there regarding misinformation in the videos, especially in those 30-second things. Because, even the best of us are going to come out with our own bias. And when you only have 30 seconds to get a topic across, even the best intentions can get messed up. So my advice, and this is a big thing I share to people in terms of finding fact-checking stuff, try not to get too much information from videos of people speaking info at you. Try to find the transcript of the study. I always like to say it's a lot easier to see bullshit than it is to hear bullshit, especially from someone with confidence and a good voice.
I was just going to say the confidence. And TikTok is like blowed up, obviously. And there are some good ones in there. And there are some videos that are extremely misleading. They are dangerous, to be honest with you. I've had people send me specific videos, and my mind was blown because, again, within 30 seconds, not only is it misleading, but you might not be able to paint the whole picture for people.
Well, and it goes both ways. Mm-hmm. It could be unintentional or it could be very intentional.
Right. TikTok leggings. Oh yeah, those TikTok leggings are all over the place. The scrunch butt.
I have them.
Yeah. Oh my God, I should order them for Randy as a joke and have you prance around.
I don't dance, I prance.
You should do that. There's way too many fitness gurus on social media.
Yeah.
And a lot of it's very conflicting and it gets very confusing. This is one of the most confusing industries, I think, out there because everybody's telling you something different.
And it's frustrating because you can go and read, the most hardcore scientific stuff and people will try to argue with you against that. And it's just like, I don't know. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And like you said, some of these people, they're loud and they're confident. And
they use big words in the ways that sound right, but they're not.
That's true. You mean you will never use big words? Yeah. We will say it in the simplest form we could possibly say.
And I always like to say, we've all probably heard this quote. If you haven't, if somebody can't explain a complicated topic to you simply, they most likely don't understand it. Wonderful.
Yeah. And they also need to do a better job at teaching somebody else.
Well, their goal is clearly not teaching at that point.
No, it's not teaching at that point. It's
ego boosting.
Yeah, exactly. So I think those were like
the big ones.
The big ones that I wanted to go into with you guys.
Yeah, are there anything you guys wanted to
ask us questions if you guys have questions, or if there's things that you've noticed on social media, drop it in the comments right now.
Yeah.
The scary thing about fitness posts is people don't get fact checked before it's posted, so it's hard to know what's real and what's not.
And you nailed it. And that's a huge thing too, because some things aren't just totally, like when we fact check a political post, let's say, the thing was said or was not said. Right. Okay, it's easy to fact check. Sometimes the fitness stuff can get taken out of context, cherry picked from a study, or using this study where I like to say, tell you things can be scientifically measurable and matter, but they may not be scientifically reasonable for your life. So, they may show having this one food has a 0.005 increase on fat burn in the gym. It doesn't really matter.
Right.
So things that maybe scientifically matter don't really matter.
Right. Proper form doesn't seem to exist on social media.
No.
Yeah. I've seen some dangerous stuff out there, man.
Yeah, if you guys ever see anything funny, my background is more fitness than nutrition. I'm happy to look through it. So.
Yeah. Just follow Charles Glass's IG for lifting tips.
Yeah, Charles Glass is great.
Yeah, he's been around for a long time. Everyone is on their own journey. So Kelsey says, everyone is on their own journey. Be supportive of others' success without feeling bad about where you may be in comparison. Yes, you are allowed to feel happy for somebody else and be supportive of their success without comparing yourself to them. It is possible to do. I'm so glad you said that, Kelsey. That was spot on.
And what's frustrating to me is a lot of the good scientific sources in fitness these days, and it's not their fault. We all got to make a buck, but they're now behind a paywall for the most part. Guys like Layne Norton, Jacob Wilson, these guys are great and have a lot of good things to say, but they got to make money too, so all their good stuff is kind of behind the wall now.
It's true. Damn, net carbs. Net carbs is actually a whole topic. We did that on a live once. You're not kidding. The net carbs is a serious thing.
And Jen, you nailed it.
So Jen says people don't know how to research from sources that are research based either. Yeah.
Well, that's it. And I don't say we all need to go, check stuff out from the microfiche.
The microfiche.
But if you're looking at scientific stuff, it should probably be peer reviewed. It should probably make sense, and you should probably. If you aren't someone, if you're not someone who has a lot of experience reading and understanding scientific papers, which most of us don't, ask a smart doctor friend.
Yeah, they can help. Absolutely. Could you guys do a post about people we can trust?
Yeah, I can do a little more, but like I said, the big ones off the top of my head are Layne Norton and Jacob Wilson. Mm-hmm. Both of them have gotten a little more supplementy since they had their own supplement companies.
Because now they're salesy, yeah.
But their straight up nutrition and fitness stuff is pretty spot on.
Gary says Kelsey is all knowing. Kelsey is very wise. Yeah. Kelsey is a wise human being.
She may be small, but she's wise.
I am small. Most people will post anything without much knowledge to get those sponsorships.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a common thing in our industry.
But seriously, I'm really happy. Yes.
Josh, any and all of the revenue.
Yeah. But I'm really happy if you guys, anything you send to me, I'm happy to fact check for you.
So Kelsey says, Josh, if you need a post about people that we can trust, it's any and all of the Rev nutritionists.
Yeah, they actually do a real good job
Yes!
with that. They actually really do.
Kelsey nailed it.
I literally can't remember ever having to be like, yo.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
awesome
you guys
stuff.
are freaking awesome. I love it.
But yeah, shoot me a question if you have an issue with that.
Yeah, for sure. But I think it is important. Just circling back to what Kelsey said before, is being able to be happy for somebody else and be content with where you are on your own journey. We all have different struggles. We all have different obstacles. We all have different shit that's going on behind the scenes that people are not talking about on social media. You're gonna look at somebody and be like, "Yo, they got it all together. Their life is perfect. This and that." Most likely not. So just focus on yourself rather than focusing on everybody else around you. Stay in blinders on, in your lane, and get your shit done.
Yeah, and I always like to say too, you don't know what other people's starting lines were. Were they blessed genetically? Did they come from a family with mega bucks and lots of advantages?
Did they grow up an athlete?
Did they grow up an athlete? Are they taking X, Y, and Z? Not that those things take away from their goals, but it helps put them in perspective why they may have achieved them at a different rate than you.
Right. Exactly. And I think you always say it's good. Don't compare your first base to somebody else's third base also.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I think that's really important, especially with our athletes.
Yes.
Because they'll see an athlete on stage and be like, oh, I can't wait to be at their level. I'm like, they've been doing this for 5 years, 6 years, or whatever it is. And this is, you've been into
genetics.
And you've been doing it for a month. Yeah. So the big thing we forget in this industry is we never support each other.
Yeah.
We all started somewhere, and that's the truth. And I'm going to tell you something else. On social media, you are seeing where people are now, as they are now. You will be blown away with how many people have a history of being obese or have a history of battling cancer or not training or had 5 kids or struggled with this. You only see them for what they are now. And I think that's something that people need to stay open-minded to, is to know that they probably have a story and they've had their own struggles and started somewhere as well. That is a great point, Randy. Don't compare your level 1 to somebody else's level 4. It's hands down, it's like the first piece of advice I give to anybody.
Yeah, especially in this industry where you can't fake time.
Can't fake time. No. Especially in a industry where we're in a world where everything's so instant at the touch of our fingertips.
There is no shortcuts.
There is no shortcuts here. There are no shortcuts here. Sorry, bad grammar. As they want you to see them now, it's typically not reality.
It's the truth.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
Yeah, but again, I think we hit all the big points.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I think I just need you guys to all stay sane, and for our silent followers, the people who aren't really partaking in the conversation, or for the people that are going to be, what's that?
Reach out silently, telepathically.
Reach out silently. Just come into my brain.
If we were all robots, we'd have those Wi-Fi brains right now. We'd be one. We'd be Legion.
We have a lot of people that will be tuning in either later tonight or tomorrow, and they're unable to watch us live. If they have questions, just reach out to us, and just to keep focusing on yourself. Social media is great for community. It's great to bring us together. It's great to offer you resources and accountability.
But you have to cultivate and curate your own feed.
Exactly. Use it for all the positive things it is here for.
And make an effort to, whether it's once a week, 10 minutes a day, cut out some bullshit from your feed, or make sure you go, let me add some positivity to it.
Exactly. Yeah, add some positivity.
Yeah, I've enjoyed this comment section today. This has
been the wildest comment section of my life. Did you see how hard it was for me to pull this back in?
She was not liking me.
Out of all of us, I'm the one with the worst attention span.
So maybe you need a robot body. On that note. All right, guys.
It's been amazing.
Stay sane, stay healthy, stay happy.
We love you all. If you have questions, reach out and just do your thing.
Oh.
Do it great.
So, I'll end with this. So, we don't talk enough about Passover.
I think we became best friends.
So, we don't talk enough about Passover pranks. Apparently, there were some people, I forget the country, they were going around waiting for people to open their door for Elijah, and they were throwing a goat in. That's just fucking amazing to me.
Where did that just come from? Was that in the comments?
Well, I was going to say, I want to have a happy Passover, happy Easter, and then I'm like, that was a good one.
Nice job, Huggy
All
Bear.
right, good night, guys.
Yo, speaking of, once everybody's like cleared to like hang out again, I think we need to do a Rev like barbecue in the backyard at Rev.
We will do
in the
something.
parking lot.
We'll make something happen.
We gotta throw something down because I think we have a badass group of people that need to meet in person.
Yeah, no, we will definitely
so
do
bring
this.
the whippets. I mean the whipped cream. Please bring the whipped cream. I'll take the whipped cream and then you can have my leftover bottle. Bring both. You guys are awesome. We're gonna have to plan something. Hopefully we can do something this summer. Rev barbecue. Yo, right? We could do it right in the backyard. I bet you anything, Larry, you'd be cool with it.
Or we have enough awesome members that probably think we can find somebody.
We can find somebody that can host it. You kidding me? We'd come in like a mob and trash the place.
Well, no, they'd be on the best pay.
Best behavior.
Yeah.
Michelle, bring the
chalupas.
chalupas. So anybody that doesn't know, I have pet chinchillas, but other Michelle, now calls them chalupas, and I can't let that go. Like they are our little chalupas now.
Yeah.
If you haven't met Thor and Loki, you can find them on my Instagram wall or story.
No, the
somewhere.
calories and macros don't count that day.
No, yeah, they don't count. If you're with me and Randy, if we're in the same room, it just doesn't even absorb. It just like disappears. Yeah. You're good. You're good. We're the magic. You just gotta keep us around.
Something all right.
I'll scare the calories out of your body. Ah! I'll just scream at them. He's not phased by my screaming. Maybe it'll work on you. Okay, that's all, guys. I love you all. Have an awesome night. Thank you for dealing with our ridiculous sense of humor and our antics for our silent viewers. We are a little crazy, but that's how we all get along, Kelsey. He has a spare bedroom. All right, guys.
Good night.
Be well. You heard it from Kelsey. It doesn't count. #science. All right, guys. Oh, my clients. It's all Kelsey's clients. We're still on right now. I feel like if I just left this live on, some terrible things are going to happen. So I'm going to dismiss before Revolutionize gets in trouble. We're going to dismiss. Class dismissed. Get out of here, you crazy animals. Get out of here.